Hi, it's Erica with Presence in Parenting. Today I'm answering your questions on video. I've gotten a lot of questions about sleep. Most of these questions are centering around how do I get my child to sleep on their own without me being in the room with them. Now, first off, this is a very common issue. I have had many families over the years come to me with this exact question, and these are parents of 4-year-olds, parents of 8-year-olds, and even parents of 13-year-olds. So this is very common. I want to let you know that the earlier that you help your child with this, though, the easier it's going to be. Obviously, what a struggle for a parent of a 13-year-old who's still dealing with this. So let's look at some ways that we can look at this behavior of wanting you and needing you to be in the room and try and see if we can meet the need. Now, every behavior that you see with your child, I want you to remember, is showing you a need that they have. And if we meet the need, then they don't have to show us this behavior anymore. So when your child is asking you to stay in the room with them when they fall asleep, what need do you think they're trying to communicate with you? I am going to pause there because I do want you guys each to think about it. Each one of your children may have a different need in the moment where they're asking you to stay. Is it just become a habit because this is what's happened for their whole life? So the need that they're demonstrating and they're showing you is that I have this habit. If I'm ever going to sleep on my own, I need your help to break it. Okay. If they're young and they were falling asleep on their own, and now all of a sudden things have changed and they've asked you to come back in and be with them, what's going on in their world? What's happening? Has there been a recent change? Have we moved? Has there been a change in the family? New babies, people passing away, pets coming and going, new school, things happening with friends. What's going on? These are questions that you can ask yourself and start to work with your child about in order to help meet the need that's displaying in this behavior of needing you to be in their room when they fall asleep. Now, I want to address that kind of box really directly right now. This is a moment where anxiety can really pick up. If we do hard and fast cold turkey, I'm not doing this anymore, you can do this on your own, there's no reason for you to have this feeling, you shouldn't feel this way. If we start putting that kind of energy out, their anxiety is going to raise, their shame is going to raise, they're going to start resenting the fact that you're not helping them, and it's going to turn into more struggle with them around sleep, and probably it's going to leak out into other issues in the family. So if you are sleeping already, not sleeping, sorry, if you are in the room with your child when they're sleeping, I want you to think about how are you going to slowly move out. Okay, the message you're going to give to your child is that you know that this is difficult for them. You know that they really want you to stay in the room with them. And that's okay for them to have that want, but that you know this is something that they can start to learn how to do on their own, and you're going to teach them. I want you to put that in your own words so it's very authentic coming from you, but that's the message you want to give them. You understand their feelings. Their feelings are completely okay and appropriate. You are here now going to teach them how to feel safe and secure falling asleep in their room on their own. Here are the guidelines. You will not be in the bed with them. If you are laying in the bed with them, that can stop right away. Bring a chair or sit on the floor next to them in the bed. Then what you're going to do is every couple of nights or so is you're going to let them know that you're going to move a little farther away and that they will still be okay, and that if they need you, you are still right there. And you're going to move closer and closer and closer to the door, outside the door, down the hall, and eventually you won't have to sit there anymore and you can just put them to bed and go on with your evening. This will take a little bit of time, but imagine the time you put into this working versus 13 years down the line, you're still getting up in the middle of the night because your child comes in and says that they need you to come into their room and help them fall back asleep. So let's help them now. Let's help them go little by little, right? Here's another thing. Put a time limit on how long you're going to sit there. That way your mind knows, here's the boundary. I'm going to sit here for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, what have you. Your child needs to be trying to fall asleep at this time. If they're not trying to fall asleep, I'm going to get up, I'm going to go do something in the other room, and I'm going to come back in and check on you. This isn't with shame, but this is letting them know that this also isn't fun time. It's not play. This is a time for them to be trying to fall asleep. And if they're not trying to fall asleep, then you're not going to be sitting there. But when they're ready to fall asleep, you will come back in and sit down with them. You will get up and go at the time that you said, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. If they haven't fallen asleep yet, if they have, hallelujah, if they haven't fallen asleep yet, you will get up and you'll say, okay, I'm going to go out in the other room, but I'm going to come back and check on you in 5 minutes. You better come back and check on them. The one time you get caught up, preoccupied, what have you, and you don't come back in 5 minutes and check on them, they are going to probably get up and come looking for you. And now we've set back all the way back to not feeling safe and secure, feeling more anxiety, and we're going to have to kind of reintegrate this information that they can do it, that they are safe, and that you will be there when they need you. That's the big thing that they need to know. Separation happens the biggest way for children during sleep. Even going to school when that was hard for them, even when you went away on a business trip, separation is hard. When they go to sleep, for children, they're in a world all their own and you're not there. So it's kind of that same idea as when you brought them to preschool for the first time, or when you were going and they had to stay with the babysitter for the first time. Those kinds of moments, picture what your child was showing you happening on the inside when they're trying to go to sleep. And maybe it will be easier to kind of take this behavior and slowly move yourself out of the room, teaching them how to feel safe and secure, instilling in them that you will always come back and check on them. If they call for you, you will come. But definitely getting yourself out of that room. Okay, here are the guidelines of the no, 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 no's. We're not going to close the door behind us and hold it so they can't open it. We're not going to lock their bedroom door so they can't get out and follow you. We're not going to put gates on the doors so they're trapped inside their room. All of those things have been great ideas and probably would work and teach your kid that they need to stay in their room at night. However, their anxiety is going to be so high that it's going to be so difficult for them to learn how to self-soothe, to regulate, and to feel safe on their own, which is the lesson you actually want to teach them. Okay, there's a lot of information around sleep. I hope I addressed some of the framework of how we can start to think about it and talk about it more. If this is an issue that you're having, please communicate with me. You can comment here on the video, you can contact me, and I'm happy to work with each of you on trying to find a way to make this work for your family. All right, subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can like on Facebook, and also keep in touch with me so we can keep these questions and answers going. All right, take care. I'll see you.